Live rule renewed. You vindicated, bro. You stood strong on being righteous. You called out these demons. Salute to you. Much blessings. So all those who question you now need to pay homage. My cash app is choke no joke. For all y'all niggas that need to pay homage, my cash app is choke no joke. Listen to La Rue renewed. You heard me? Y'all thought it was a game. Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about wisdom, about getting gray hair. You done seen some things. You know what I mean? It's always the young people and experienced people that doubt you. But that wisdom told you. Told you, B. Cabell, tell him. Lady Virgo, what up? Joel King, I see you. Iris stepped in the building. Miss A. Matthews, it's past your bedtime. What you doing up? All right. We got the grand one in the building. You already know. D. Rich in the building. Leslie V. Rip Striker. Okay, salute, Rip. Mandy's 20. Man, choke no joke. I'm in the building. Y'all already know. Let me go grab my phone and put out these notifications on Instagram. Oh, we about to get into it, y'all. We about to get into it. Don't forget the Hip Hop Nucleus is out right now on Amazon, Tubi, Apple TV, Stash. All right, you know what it is, man. Choke no joke. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. St. Louis in the building. I'm doing this one tonight this late for my people over on the other side of the water, over in Great Britain, Africa. You know what I'm saying? They just waking up. They just finding out about this. Salute to y'all. So they don't even know what's going on. They waking up to this. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody over in Ireland, Amsterdam, the Netherlands, Germany, all right, France, London, Italy, Paris, wherever you at, you know what I mean? Brixton, all right, Hyde Park, wherever you at. Choke no joke, we are here. All right, let's get into it.
The trees and the palms of dealers and fiends. Late night roam the streets. Weed is weaker, but it's cheaper. Not many chicks frontin' like divas. Out west, every chick's a model like Eva, and you know I'm far from believing her. So I'm G'ing her like she G'ing me. Banging in LA is a different thing. At the end, you either dead on the bang, getting out, doing better things. On Sunset, where they hang, Hollywood, where they hustle for change. Times Square here, it's the same. No matter where you go, you'll find a lane. On the west, they kick it with Kane. On the east, trees the social thing. East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your glasses, take a toast. If you rap East Coast. When I'm on the west and I'm doing my thing, don't offer me coke or your nose I bang. Friends don't offer other deadly things. Thanks for the hospitality, we'll still hang. I won't judge you, leave me as I came. On the road to success, top of the game. Eat all the finer things in the food chain. Teach my kids to do the same. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap West Coast, East Coast, West your glasses, take a toast. If you rep East Coast, gotta love life and offer wonderful things. Being to travel is a privileged thing. Came back to the East, air wasn't fresh. Streets filled with trash, various people in the app. It's easy to tell who's upper middle class. Police and racism, same as crash. Back to where they not social, where they less vocal. When they don't know you, be careful, show you around the East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap East Coast, whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Pop your bottles and toss the cork. If you rap West Coast, both coasts are known to give you fame. Got paparazzis playing cameras your way. Got you bobbing and weaving like Cassius Clay. Most thugs turn Muslim in older days. Change their name to Allah they pray. Probably till they decay. This go out to the east and west. For Big and Pac, y'all let's connect. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap West Coast, whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. You can't get the West without the ES. So it's manifested that we connect. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. Learn from mistakes, baby. You know what it is. Greg on the track. Rest in peace, baby. Either war, we here now. You know what it is.
Choke, no joke. Smile treatment, you know. Yeah.
Choke, no joke, Chiggy choke, no joke. Choke, no joke, Chiggy choke, no joke. You know what it is. We here now, for real now. Man. Now, if you like 30 and younger, this is probably a little more exciting for you on the excitement level. But if you like in your 50s, late 40s, this ain't really hitting you yet. It feel like it's fake. It's surreal if you like 45 and up. It's like you're seeing this on the TV, on the news, and it's like it's like fake. You think like you're like, nah, is this really happening? At least that's what it feels like for me. For years, I've been in this entertainment industry, right? Think Puff been on my radar, pause, for probably about 91, 92. I think that's about the time I started hearing his name. So, which saying that I've seen this dude come from an intern working to becoming a CEO to a mogul, right? From a thousandaire to a multi-millionaire to a fake billionaire. So this dude go from a producer to a rapper to an actor, from being a dancer first. One without power and then became one of the most powerful people within our culture. And a lot of us all help elevate them to get them up there, right? BB Bay. What's that? Shantae, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for the love. Um, like I said, we all contributed. Whether you bought a record from Bad Boy, some Sean John clothing, whatever artist you liked it, we all contributed to his success. Some more than others. With success came great power, right? Now, y'all all know, well, I ain't gonna say y'all all know, because some of y'all, welcome to the show. I'm the legendary videographer, producer, director, Choke No Joke. Been producing, directing in this entertainment industry. I've done modeling, acting, videography. I've been in a couple of Puff videos. Uh, so throughout the years, I've been through this entertainment industry. Some of y'all may know me. Some of y'all may be seeing me for the first time. But that's who I be in a quick nutshell. All right, let me get back on track. But when I say a lot of y'all know my stance on the industry or know my story, for them predominantly most of y'all do. But those who don't, catch you up. So, like I said, I've been in this entertainment industry for the last 30 years professionally, right? But I've been around hip hop before it started professionally. So I always say hip hop my little brother because I'm older than it, right? But once I got into the entertainment industry and I started elevating and I started my work was being recognized as great and I started becoming popular and my name started ringing and I became forced to reckon with. Um, and I became legendary in my right as one of the first people to run around with a video camera around the world, not around the states or a city, around the world, documenting it. And when nobody else was doing it like that and was looked at and clowned for what I was doing, uh, the world finally caught up. And now many of y'all got cameras and some of y'all or even following people just to film their butt for them to post it. You just walk with a phone and you walk behind a chick and she just wants you to film her ass, and that's your job. When I was shooting concerts and interviewing people like Snoop Dogg backstage, Mystical, 50 Cent at the tunnel, so on and so forth, right? So I've been in this a long time and I've been around them all, right? But Diddy is one of the people that in the beginning I was around seeing him elevate and come up. Now, once I got to a certain level, I started to see it was a lot of weird activity going on. And I kept trying to get seduced into homosexuality. And this is about the time I got to BT, which is about 2005. For those who know, I worked at Rockefeller for years, I think like 3, 4 years. And that was just a bunch of street guys. So it wasn't none of that there. It was only until I went into television that I started being more conscious of this lifestyle. Not saying that it wasn't going on when at Rockefeller, because when I was at Rockefeller, we traveled and with a bunch of dudes. So when we would show up to parties where these niggas was with the funny shit, they are they are scatter and go in rooms in different places. They wouldn't let us in or things like that. So it's like a bunch of street niggas with a like Dame travel with like a entourage of niggas and shit. But a bunch of straight niggas, not a bunch of funny niggas and shit. So the funny ones were uncomfortable when we came around, you know. So I didn't get that experience of which goes, but now when I look back at hindsight, I understand some of the places we went why everybody cleared out. Right. So um like I said, by BT, I'm conscious because it's a lot of weird activity going on. So to make a long story short, as I got trying to get seduced, tested, indecent proposals, uh, things like that, started hitting that glass ceiling, I started to realize it was because of my sexuality. I wasn't playing in the reindeer games, excuse me, that a lot of my peers was. And then I started noticing more and more and more. And then I started seeing that it was cliquish or cultish or fraternity-ish or sorority-ish, however you want to notice. And over the years, I was able to pinpoint that this was underground uh, sex fraternity or sorority, because fraternity is men, sorority is women, but it's a mix, right? So some of y'all call it the Illuminati, some of y'all call it the gay boule, whatever. I I think black excellence, even though black excellence is uh what we would consider an achievement. I think when we saw the Black Excellence crew, allegedly, those are a lot of the people that's into that, uh, which would allege be these allegations of freak offs and the secret gay parties and things like that, right? So today with Diddy house getting raided. One, I predicted that a while back. Uh, Due to the fact that I don't want nobody to get mad, so unless I'm not gonna say names. Due to the fact that a lot of former bad boy employees were going on YouTube and doing a lot of interviews and talking about a lot of criminating shit. Now, I know a lot of y'all may think that this raise stems from these lawsuits. These lawsuits are a strong part of the raid, but the lawsuits come on the tail of former employees of Bad Boy telling these stories that were very incriminating, very incriminating, right? And I told y'all, you know, when two of these people was simultaneously going up there and then they started talking about uh they knew about the bottles and being spiked and or they was around when it may have been freak offs or some women may have been assaulted. um it's numerous things, right, that numerous incidents. I don't want to pick out certain things, but these stories, right, may have given not only validation to these people that came out later, but the people that came out later and filed these lawsuits. These stories and these people telling these stories may have gave them the courage to come forth and tell their story as well, being that certain former workers was telling stories and stuff, right? So I believe that a lot of these stories that was being told piqued the interest of law enforcement agencies, similar to like going on Vlad and doing the same thing. You know, uh, it's no different. Like going on Vlad and just keep telling these stories. And some of these people that worked for Bad Boy went on Vlad and told stories and other different YouTube platforms. But me, as y'all seen in my shows, I forewarned them that you may be telling these stories that will incriminate Diddy, but you're doing it in a way that you're incriminating yourself, right? So ultimately, one or two things are going to happen with those type of people. Either they will be charged and as a co-conspirator, or they're going to be subpoenaed and probably threatened with, oh, if you don't want to testify, you will be a co-conspirator due to the fact that you say that you bear witness to a lot of these allegations. And the fact that you bear witness to a lot of these allegations and you said it publicly, you're going to come and say that in court. So you can help us secure this conviction or this indictment, even if it's for a grand jury. And once they start talking about, oh, they don't want to be involved, then that's when they will be like, you know what? The statute of limitations for sex trafficking is none. Um, the New York Victims Act statute of limitations is none. So the Diddy allegations go back from 93, 94 up to today. So if you wasn't nowhere around Diddy from 93 up into 2024, then you are 110% safe. If you worked for Diddy from 93, 94 up into 2024, your ass can fall into this indictment because it starts in 93. The allegations, right? So if he gets indicted from 93, it's almost out there 30 years, right? Any and everybody that worked for him, if their names get mentioned or they saw anything or they was around when something happened, whether it would be with Cassie or any of these 4 other victims, oh, your ass is new mown grass. Because not only do you got Cassie, if these allegations that if these civil allegations to go criminal, which is, I believe, partially the reason why they ran into his house, right? Well, not ran into his house, got a warrant to search his house because they just can't go up in his house, which means they had to go through judges, they had to go through a lot of people to convince to get this warrant to be able to search several properties, right? So what my belief is, a lot of the allegations in the civil case, the Southern District Department in New York, because that's who allowed them to help them get this warrant, Homeland Security, and a lot of 4 of the cases is in the civil cases is in the Southern District of New York. So which means that they're probably about to or investigating to see that if the allegations in these 4 people, that any of the information that they got from them, can they go in their house and find anything that could corroborate anything that they saying in the civil? And if so, being that there's no statute of limitations on sex trafficking and they got the New York Sexual Victims Act, those 2, without no statute of limitations, he can have criminal charges brought up, right? And it's whew, for the sake of, they will say it was sex trafficking, and he was doing it, and people were getting paid, and oh my God, Diddy. Woo, Diddy.